the visiting Appleton East Patriots and the host Hortonville Polar Bears. It's number 1 versus number 2, and we are proud to be here and bringing you all the action here on another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream presentation. I am Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those great shots. The high-definition shots is Jim Rosandick. Again, we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And, Brett, this is the big one. We saw a big one earlier between these two, but this one has, title implications. You can't get any bigger than this. The crowd's buzzing. I walked in here, a lot of people in the parking lot. Brett, number 1 versus number 2. This is everything you asked for in a big game.
Ricardo, game of the night in the state of Wisconsin, right? It has to be 1 versus 2, and you're right. Hortonville undefeated in FVA play at 16-0, so a chance for the Polar Bears tonight, I believe, right? If my math is correct, would clinch the outright conference title. The Patriots, obviously, number 2 in the state, 12-2 in league play, a chance to close within a game with a couple then games to play. So, hey, the first time we streamed the first meeting at Appleton East at Hortonville, very, very impressive. Really locked down on the two standouts, Emily LaChapelle of Appleton East and, of course, Lily Hansford. We'll see if those two standout seniors can respond. A little bit of a revenge game for them. But that Hortonville defense, Ricardo, is all over the place. Sometimes feels like there's 6-7 players out on the court. I don't know. They're very impressive, but I know this Appleton East team is very impressive, too. They played both teams good schedules beyond the FVA as well. So a lot of college talent on this floor as well. So we're excited to be here. Man, this is back-to-back games. We had a big one last night that neither of you two were at.
That's right.
I'm losing my voice. We saw the big Kimberly-Neenah game. Neenah winning that one 83-82 in overtime. I tell you what, basketball in this part of the world is just one night after another. It's just a very special season without a doubt.
Well, if you do lose your voice, you can hand it over to Rosie. Rosie has shown that he is more than capable.
Rosie's doing technical stuff behind the scenes here.
But, yeah, it's a big crowd here and a big moment for these two teams, Brett, just like you alluded to, number 1 versus number 2. And I know, talking to Coach LaChapelle after that first meeting between these two teams, he was not happy with certain aspects of Appleton East in terms of perhaps the effort provided, going after the loose balls, that kind of stuff. It seems like the Polar Bears are about a half step quicker to those kind of 50-50 balls, I guess, for lack of a better way to describe it. Brett, you so nicely, again, put together these great notes for both teams. I will start off talking about Hortonville, and you'll finish up with Appleton East. First off, the Polar Bears, winners of 10 straight, ranked number 1 in Division I in this week's Associated Press and with Sports.net State Coaches Poll. We only recognize the Associated Press poll.
I knew you were going to say that.
Polar Bears coming off a 70-42 win over Appleton West on Tuesday in an FEA matchup at Appleton. And Lyric Johnson led Hortonville with 16 points on 8 of 9 shooting. Michaela Warner and Callie Pepler at 11 points apiece. Michaela and Maggie Warner each grabbed 7 boards. And on the season, Rainey Wilson, the freshman, leads the team in scoring at 15.2 points a game. That ranks 5th in the FVA. She's shooting 45% overall and 43% from three-point range, where she has hit a team-high 56 trifectas. Hey, UW-Milwaukee recruit Cammie Pepler next at an even 15 points a game. She's shooting 51% overall, 39% from beyond the arc, and her 43-pointers are second on the team. UW-Milwaukee, Brett, nice school.
Yes, I knew. I figured you'd say that.
Well, hey, we talked about Lyric Johnson. She's an Eastern Illinois recruit. She's next at an even 12 points a game. She's shooting 52% overall and 52% from three-point range. And Callie Pepler, Cammie's younger sister, she's 4th in scoring at 11.4 points. She's shooting 47% overall and 36% from distance, and she's getting some D1 college interest. Maggie Warner and Lyric Johnson are the Polar Bears' top rebounders at 6.4 and 5.3 rebounds per game, respectively. And Cammie Pepler's 4.8 assists per game leads Hortonville in that category. That also ranks 2nd in the FVA. And as a team, the Polar Bears are shooting 47% overall, 39% from three-point range. Check out this defense, though, allowing just 38% overall on defense and 28% from beyond the arc. Hortonville is also out-rebounding its opponents 31 to 20.8 per game and averaging 12.9 assists, 16.8 steals. Brett, in every category, they're exceptional.
Absolutely.
These Hortonville Polar Bears.
Yeah.
They're averaging 75.1 points per game. And check this out. They're allowing 45.8. So that's a 30-point difference in their opponent's scored versus what they're scoring. Exceptional team, these Hortonville Polar Bears. Their final FVA game, the regular season game at Appleton North on Thursday, FEA Association regular season finale. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Brett, what can you tell me about the Appleton East Patriots?
Ricardo, Appleton, he's 19-3 overall, 14-2 in the Fox Valley Association. The Patriots, winners of 6 straight, 7 of their last 8. They're ranked number 2 in Division I in this week's Associated Press State Poll. And I'm going to say the coaches poll, too, number 3 in Division I, the WisSports.net State Coaches Poll. They're coming off a 70-45 Fox Valley Association victory over Oshkosh West on Tuesday at Appleton. Sammy Byer, she led the way with 17 points. She also added 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Hit 3 3-pointers as well. Emily LaChapelle was next with 14 points. She also grabbed 12 rebounds and finished with 5 assists and 2 steals. Lindsay Gerard chipped in with 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting. She tallied 3 rebounds, and then Lily Hansford, she posted 6 rebounds in the victory. On the season, LaChapelle, of course, a Marquette recruit. She's Appleton East top scorer at an even 21 points per game. That ranks second in the conference. She's shooting 56% overall and 36% from three-point range. Byer is next, really having a nice season at an even 13 points per game. She's shooting 49% overall and 43% from beyond the arc, where her 53 threes are second on the team. Hansford, an Oregon State recruit, is third in scoring at 12.4 points. She's shooting 41% overall and 37% from distance, where she has knocked down a team best 63 threes. LaChapelle is the Patriots' top rebounder at 7.1 per game. LaChapelle and Byer lead the way in assists at 5.3 and 4.5 per game, respectively. By the way, LaChapelle's average is tops in the league. Byer's average, that ranks third. Looking at the team stats, the Patriots are shooting 46% overall and 36% from three-point range. Opponents are shooting 39% overall and 30% from beyond the arc. Appleton East is also out-rebounding its opponents. Check this out, 31.5 to 18.9 per game, so they can get after it on the glass as well. Also averaging 16.6 assists and 10.8 steals. Very similar teams, Ricardo. Check this out. Overall, the Patriots are averaging 72 points per game and allowing 46.8. So these two teams can fill it up offensively, and they can lock you down defensively. It really is kind of, in many ways, a mirror image of each other. They both can shoot the three-pointer. They can attack the rim. They've got college talented, as I said, on both rosters. So a coin flip game. It's got to be, right, tonight, even though Hortonville got round 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see Appleton East get round 2. Patriots, by the way, home against Kimberly, a very big game coming up for them on Thursday in a Fox Valley Association regular season finale. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. in that one.
Yeah, you were talking about Sammy Byer. If I was making Ricardo's all-underrated team, she would be on that team along with, as you know, one of my favorite players on the boys' side, J.J. Piter.
Oh,
big game for him yesterday, huh?
22 rebounds, Ricardo.
I was kind of when I saw the last part and you were telling me that he probably had 20-plus rebounds, or at least a double-double. Like, that doesn't surprise me because he's always around the basketball. And
really came up big because the Rockets were talking about the big Neenah-Kimberly boys matchup last night, a game that we streamed. You can watch it on postcrescent.com, Facebook, YouTube channel. But Eli Schmidt is out right now with that ankle injury.
Right.
We saw him roll it against the Hortonville boys a couple weeks ago at Neenah. And he was in a walking boot, hoping that maybe he can come back for playoffs. But that's a 6'5 starter, a kid that can score, a kid that can rebound. And I was very impressed with Piter. 6'7", long arms, and really just a tough matchup for Kimberly on the block. He was able to back in and get a lot of rebounds. The one, I guess, concern if you're a Kimberly fan looking at the boys' side, they don't have the size. Yeah. They got Pavletsky, who was special again, 46 points. Polakowski, Myron, those guys can fill it up as well, but Jamison Grawl can knock down some triples, but it's tough, I think, when they go against size, and we'll see if how deep Kimberly can go. Top-ranked team on the boys' side, of course, Neenah Rockets, so the Fox Valley Association at the top in the AP polls in Division I, both boys and girls. And
I will say that the Neenah Rockets, I'm guessing, I had put out feelers beforehand about Neenah being on the Varsity Roundtable, Brett.
Okay.
Both Chevalier, Emery Jr., Carter Thomas expecting them on the big show this Wednesday.
Fantastic. That'll be fun. Coming off that big victory. Well, yeah, I would say we got a big crowd here tonight. This is full. And what's really cool about tonight, and it's rare in the FVA, no boys game.
Oh, that's good.
So you can have all the focus on one of these teams. you know, both you and I, not a fan of having boys and girls playing the
never.
same night in this league.
Well, unless it's back-to-back.
Yeah, then absolutely.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Appleton, and welcome to the Hortonville Fieldhouse for tonight's FBA Association matchup between the visiting Appleton East Patriots and your Hortonville Polar Bears.
As they're getting ready here at Hortonville to do the national anthem.
East High School, the Fox Valley Association, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior, especially from students and parents. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing at this time as the Hortonville American Legion Post 55 and Auxiliary present our nation's flag. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue standing. Remove your caps and place your hand over your heart to honor America and those defending our freedom as Hortonville High School Sidney Kiger sings our national anthem.
Well, there you go, the national anthem here as we get ready for a little razzle-dazzle, BC.
I love
They're
it.
announcing these starting lineups for both squads.
Razzle dazzle. Have you seen the size of that new video scoreboard?
It's gigantic. It's like I'm at where are they holding the Super Bowl? SoFi.
Yeah,
It's like I'm at SoFi here.
It's huge. I couldn't believe it. Never seen one like that at a high school level.
We get the starting lineups for Appleton East. Lily Hansford, Sammy Byer, Emily LaChapelle, Josie Neubauer, And then Logan Lowry. That's your starting 5. Hansford, Byer, LaChapelle, Neubauer, and Lowry. Again, I'm not a big fan of Appleton East's game program that doesn't list their heights.
Doesn't list their age
or
their
positions.
year, yeah.
That's no bueno. Come on, I'm going to talk to Coach LaChapelle about that. You got to get on the ball with that. That's JV stuff. You can't have that.
I'll let you handle that.
Oh, I'll handle it.
I feel like I'm at a Bulls game.
Hey, I like this throwback. Nothing wrong with going with the Last Dance.
And now, the starting lineup for your
Yeah, they do a good job here, don't they? This is good stuff. That video board and the intros here. Gym is dark. Feels a little tournament-like, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is number 1 and number 2. You're not going to find 2 better teams in the state, Brett. As we see the starting lineup being announced for Hortonville at 5'9" forward, that's Rainey Wilson. 5'10" senior center, Maggie Warner. And then a 5'9" senior forward, that's Lyric Johnson. And then a 6-foot sophomore forward, Callie Pepler. And then last but certainly not least, 5'6" senior point guard, Cammie Pepler. And
number 23,
number 23,
huh?
And
a la Michael Jordan with
you can't go wrong with the Bulls.
Right?
Who does this again, Rosie? It's not Emerson.
Alan Parsons.
I keep on thinking it's Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
Well, maybe they want to try to do that. I don't know.
But here we go.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Hey, you got me giggling here a little bit before we go.
No one listens to Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
They do.
Josie Neubauer and Callie Pepler are jumping here to start the game. And we are underway here at Hortonville as Emily LaChapelle, Lowry. And here's Sammy Byer, one of my underrated players.
Oh, good little backdoor cut. And look at that. Right away, Ricardo.
Well, LaChapelle struggled last game against this team, and right away 2 points, BC.
Yeah, so trying to get her involved quickly, and right away there's your answer.
Callie Pepler, just a sophomore, Brett, really going to bring in those D1 offers, already is, and she's going to be one of the top players in the league. I'm guessing she'll be a candidate for the Fab
I'm
Five.
thinking so too. Hansford short on that one. Look at that. Good offensive rebound. Quick 4 points. Boy, LaChapelle. Offensive rebound and the left-handed finish for the Marquette recruit. So she's off and running.
I'll tell you what, LaChapelle was dialed in. I saw her before I came up here, Brett. She was in the hallway getting ready, and I wished her best of luck, and she looked like she had her game face on, I'll tell you that.
In other words, she didn't want to talk to you.
No, she did, but I mean, it's she definitely looked intense.
Well, Ricardo, that first meeting, that was January 7th at Appleton East. We got a foul. Looks like that's going to be against Hortonville. I'll finish my thought here in a second.
Man defense by Appleton East. Pepler lost control of that inbound just for a second. And Rainey Wilson, again, we'll be talking about her a lot the next 3 years as Pepler with a nice shorty. And coming over with that rebound is Byer.
Check that was actually a foul on Byer, out of bounds. So anyway, finish that thought. That was an 81-66 Hortonville victory, a game we streamed. You mentioned Emily LaChapelle and Lily Hansford. In that one, they were held to a combined 7 points, all right? The two standouts combined to shoot 3 of 16 overall. Didn't knock down a 3 in a combined 7 attempts. So already LaChapelle with 4 points. And another offensive rebound, Sammy Byer with it.
Yeah, you can't have that kind of I'm not putting anything on Hansford or LaChapelle, but I think they would be the first ones to say we cannot play like that. 3 of 16, Brett, you said. Can't have that kind of performance against a team like Hortonville. They obviously focused on those 2 players and made them earn everything they got, Brett. But, yeah, we need better performances if you're an Appleton East fan.
Boy, Lyric Johnson all over LaChapelle.
Look at LaChapelle.
What are they going to call it? Blocking, and that's going to be a 2-shot foul.
Brett, I might add LaChapelle, one of our Fab 5 girls basketball players. Please check that out on postcrescent.com. You can find the story on postcrescent.com/sports or /varsity. And a little video for her.
Cammie Pepler with the foul.
Hortonville crowd already razzing La Chapelle, Brett.
Speaking of Cammie Pepler in that game I was talking about January 7th, sensational that night, Ricardo. Game high 32 points, 9 of 14 shooting. As La Chapelle now all 5 of the Patriots' points, 3-point edge for Appleton East. So if you're Appleton East, you want to get your 2 standouts going, but defensively you want to make sure number 23 for Hortonville doesn't have the kind of game she did last time. But look at this, her sister, Callie Pepler, she's got all 4 of the Polar Bears points. La Chapelle, whoa. What is that? Is that a 2? That's a 3. And she has come out red hot,
She's
Ricardo.
already scored as many points as her and Hansford had all of the first game.
Actually, one more. Remember, there's 7
that's
combined.
Right.
So
and look at that.
already.
Actually, hey, Brett, that was great defense by Hansford. Did you see what she did there on that drive? She kept her position and got the hands out quick to knock that ball away and force a turnover.
Boy, La Chapelle, Ricardo, she's imposing her will right now. She is attack mode. Wow.
You know, I thought sometimes, and I think we talked about this, Brett, in the first game, that La Chapelle sometimes she's a little too unselfish. She needs to go more to the hoop, take things in her own hands. She's definitely done that, scoring all so far of the East points.
1 of 3. That's their only down. The only blip on a fantastic start. 1 of 3 from the line so far. Appreciate everybody checking us out tonight. Postcrescent.com, also Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac sites, all the Facebook pages, YouTube channel. Ricardo, we figured it was a game of statewide interest. Might as well put it out there for as many
decision.
eyeballs to see, 1 versus 2.
Great decision, BC.
So Emily La Chapelle 9, Cammie Pepler 4. How about that?
And Beyer right now is on Cammie Pepler, Brett. Look at her fight her way inside. That'll be a foul, I believe, on the floor. That's going to be on Beyer.
If that is, that's her second. That's already 2 on
her. It is on Beyer, Brett.
That's a big second foul.
Yeah, Beyer had a strong game the first time these 2 teams met. Looking to see if La Chapelle is going to have a...
That's a big foul.
Yeah, have a backup player get in.
Check that. Actually, Cammie Pepler with all 4 points. I'm gonna mess that up, aren't I? Ooh, nice swatted away. Beyer with playing with those 2 fouls. Everybody's on the floor. The Patriots have it.
Yeah, and another great job by Hansford getting control of the loose ball, Brett. 2 turnovers for Hortonville already.
Deep
Neubauer,
three, yeah.
Off the side of the rim. Lyric Johnson with the rebound.
Watch out. Good defense by Hansford in the paint and knocked away again. Another turnover.
Brett, that was Gerard and La Chapelle for a
from
3.
The top. Look at this.
She ain't messing around.
Nope, all 12 of the Patriots' points scored by Emily La Chapelle. 8-point lead for the Patriots. Cammie Pepler with the miss.
Like I said, Brett, she looked as focused as I've ever seen her in that hallway.
Now Hansford
she needs to hit this.
Nice skip pass, can't hit it. And Pepler now with it, but that's a good shot, and she'll take that every time.
Absolutely, and I thought the East is doing a good job, Brett, of finding the good shots.
Trinity McCodlow from the corner, and that's a big boost off the bench.
You know, McCodlow, one of the girls that's in the main rotation for Hortonville, Brett, along with Michaela Warner, and then you'll also see Allison Hafman in there as well. They go about 8 deep.
Oh, nice little curl cut. Look at La Chapelle and a good feed. La Chapelle now with 14, all 14 of the Patriots' points.
It's too bad for McCodlow. She had a route right into the basket there.
Well, good double team in the post against Maggie Warner.
Brett, I have unofficially 5 turnovers for Hortonville already, none for East. So far, that's a big part of this game.
Thanks to, by the way, Sam Englund, the athletic director here, making sure we were good to go tonight. Also, Matt Schmidt, the IT guru. We appreciate him as well. It's always fun to come to Hortonville.
Love Hortonville. We're kind of up here in the wrestling room, Brett. We wish that they had a little bigger ventanas, which is Spanish for windows, but we'll take what we got here, my friend.
We make do. At least we got plenty of space to maneuver up here. But yeah, the windows are a little tight, no doubt about it. But we won't complain. We're here.
Look at Beyer being Guarded really, really close by Pepler. Callie Pepler, I should say.
There's a triple by number 42, Logan Lowry. The first basket not scored by La Chapelle. Look at this as we look at our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. 10-point lead for the Patriots, 17-7.
Push on the floor. That'll be a foul on Appleton East. But, Brett, I mean, this is exactly, if you're Coach La Chapelle, what you wanted to see from your team, coming out and really putting that pedal to the metal. Emily La Chapelle checking back in for East.
Ricardo, Sammy Byer picks up her third already now. So she's going to be out for the remainder of this first half. You see 12:44 still to play. And then you wonder if Coach La Chapelle will have to maybe sit Byer for the first part of the second half as well.
Good call, Brett. We'll see how that develops here.
Second leading scorer for the Patriots. Deep three. That was Cammie Pepler on the miss, one of your Fab Five players.
Her and Emily La Chapelle came in back in November. Rosie, the girls were really great. Not to say the guys weren't. The girls were a little more playful, I guess, interactive. We have some great talent here in the area, Brett. I'm sure you'll touch on that later in the live stream.
Yeah, deep three again.
Lowry?
Look at this from the top.
Lowry.
Her second. 4 3-pointers now for the Patriots to start this game. And look at this, a 13-point lead.
Well, Hortonville has been in one of the most consistent teams. As I see, they have
another turnover.
Brett, 6 turnovers.
And
Coach Rodka wants a timeout.
Yep.
Because right now this is all Appleton East, Brett. 6 turnovers by Hortonville, none by Appleton East. And how many 3-pointers? 4, you said?
4 already to start the game, yeah. So a 30-second timeout. This kind of reminds me of maybe the way the first game went, but vice versa. Now Appleton East coming out with really high energy, intensity, and Hortonville's going to have to pick it up and match it. Good news is if you're a Polar Bears fan, they can shoot. And it does not going to take very long for them to get back into this game if they get into a rhythm.
This is happening early in the first half.
Yeah.
You have the whole game to bounce back. This different story if it's midway through the second half.
Hey, thanks to our sponsor, Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Coonies. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Coonies, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Look at that intent. A good defense by McCallow going against. That was number 11, Claire Rettler. Hand off to La Chapelle, who's had a huge start to this one. Oh, a little nice cut to the hoop. Look at Hansford and a nice scoop shot. Reverse finish for Hansford. And if you're the Patriots, Ricardo, good to get her going as well.
Absolutely. She's already shown on the defensive end how valuable she is.
Whoa, almost a steal. Appleton East guys enters tonight's action second in the state in 3-pointers made with 206. So no surprise to see the Patriots lights out shooting to begin this one. Waupun, the top-ranked team in D3, they're first with 213 triples. Patriots and Polar Bears are among the top-scoring teams, talking total points in the state in all divisions. Appleton East comes in tonight's game ranked 4th in that category, while Hortonville is 6th. So 2 teams that can shoot and can light it up. And right now, Appleton East lighting it up. 15-point lead as we look at our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Top game of the night in the state of Wisconsin, 1 versus 2. Tough take, Lyric Johnson. It's out of bounds. Wow, some contact there, Ricardo, but no call.
7 turnovers I have unofficially again, Brett, for Hortonville.
You can see Celeste Ratka, the coach. She's pleading her case. Does not agree with the non-call. All those poor refs. Nobody's happy with them. Got to have thick skin to be an official. Wow, contact there. Nothing. Steal anyway. That was number 12, Maggie Werner with a steal. Now Cammie Pepler driving baseline. Ooh, tough reverse and the finish. Boy, that was well defended too.
Well, that's the kind of playmaking ability that we like to see from Cammie. Why she's on our Fab Five, am I right, Rosie?
Wow. Well, that was, talk about in traffic. I think there were 2 Patriots defenders there pinching her against the baseline. Stolen. Lyric Johnson in front of La Chapelle. Here's one-on-one. Lyric Kicks it out. Pepler wide open from the top. Oh, rims out. And what do we have here?
They're going to have a Lowry on that foul. Nope. Number 2, Hansford with the push. But, Brett, we have back-to-back turnovers by East now. We talk about how basketball is a game of runs. Maybe this is the run that Hortonville needs to kind of stem momentum a little bit and get it over on their side.
And not surprised, though, Ricardo. We've seen that Hortonville defense really cause fits. Out of bounds, going to Appleton East, right? We've seen. I think this is our third stream. We saw the Polar Bears against Neenah earlier this season, and then also against Appleton East.
Yep.
And they are scrappy and they are intense. And you know Celeste Radka, the former Hortonville standout, UW Green Bay standout as well. She prides herself in great defense. So does Joe LaChapelle as well. Again, teams that are mirror image of each other. Wondering if maybe not to look too far ahead, could there be a round 3 between these two teams in the playoffs?
Certainly Division I and the way that's set up, Brett, there's going to be some good regional finals and sectional play.
Rainey Wilson, good. There's your freshman coming in, and good team basketball. Defense has to collapse.
Oh, there's
the
a
shooter
turnover
wide
again.
open. Oh, boy. Oh, good save, and now Pepler has it. She doesn't need much space. She's going to take it from the top. Strong on that one. Pepler with the rebound. There's Wilson again with another triple. And look at this.
That's just Hortonville outworking Appleton East, Brett, on those rebounds.
What was a 14-point lead, now down to 7?
Yes, it was. 15-point lead, Brett.
15-point lead. Yep, another turnover. Look at Lyric Johnson playing some fantastic defense right now, cutting off that pass, getting in front of LaChapelle. If you're Hortonville, you got to be looking for number 11, don't you? Boy, look at that. Cammy Pepler can't get it to fall. Hansford with the board.
Ooh, wonder how much having Sammy Byer on the bench is hurting Appleton East, Brett.
And she's going to have to stay there with those 3 fouls. I mean, you can't risk playing her the rest of the half. Am I right? Or do you trust her and say you can't? You just can't pick up a 4th.
No, absolutely. You see Rettler coming in for East and LaChapelle.
Well,
good shot, but no, the rims out. Her 3-point attempt.
Maggie Werner with a good box out, too. Look at that little Euro step. What do we have here? Travel. Wow, the Hortonville fans in front of me are not happy with that call. No, the officials are talking things over. Maybe they're going to reverse the call, and I think they're actually going to get a foul instead. They're changing the call. Foul's going to go against Logan Lowry. 15 foul now against the Patriots. And I don't think the Patriots fans are too happy now. And that'll put Lyric Johnson to the free throw line, Ricardo.
Well, this is a weird sequence of events there, Brett. 2 different calls as Lyric Johnson misses her first. Now, Coach LaChapelle needs to watch it. Remember, the last game he had a technical.
He did, didn't he?
So he can't be too vociferous this point in the game.
Lyric Johnson, of course, committed to Eastern Illinois. Sammy Byer also has an offer from Eastern Illinois.
And Byer's back in the game, Brett, with 3 fouls.
See? You're going to trust.
She's critical. That's how critical she is to East.
So definitely rolling the dice is Joe LaChapelle to bring Sammy Byer out there. Of course, the gritty guard, junior guard, I believe, right? Is Sammy Byer.
Yeah, and I guess if you're Hortonville, you got to attack her on the offensive end.
Bounce pass, good job. Oh, big 3 for Logan Lowry, and that's a big answer. Her 3rd triple. She's got 9 points now tonight.
Big baskets for East from Lowry.
And a good attack on the baseline. A nice little bounce pass to the corner for the wide open Lowry, who's red hot right now. Look at Pepler. Cammy, little hesitation gets it to fall. Little old school move, Ricardo.
Love it.
Right, little shot fake, get the defender up and clear some space. Cammy Pepler now with 4 points, 25-18 game. Hortonville a chance to win the outright conference championship. Oh,
I see what she was trying to do, Brett. Unfortunate turnover for East, but that was the right play. You
trying
wanted
to hit the cutting Rettler just a little.
For an easy layup. But Brett, okay, so if you're Sammy Byer, you're out there, you're a senior.
Is Byer a senior or junior?
Oh, she might be a junior. Yeah, you're right.
I think she's a junior.
I can't tell on this roster.
You don't know, right?
But She has been through the war, so she knows what she has to do and how to play smart with
But wow, McCullough with a tough move. I thought maybe they get an offensive foul. Byer goes flying out of bounds, but the refs let him play a little bit. Ooh, look at McCullough. She's been all over the floor. Boy, she is a defensive gnat, I would call her.
She is defensive maven.
In your face and not going to let you pass. There's
Rattler can hit those. Good rebound for Hortonville.
Yeah, Maggie Werner with another rebound. A very good rebounder for the Polar Bears.
Good game, Brett. 25-18 lead for East. 6:45 left as Lyric Johnson will go to the line to shoot two. Now, who got that foul?
We'll see.
25 for Appleton East. That is Lindsey Gerard.
16 fouls now against Appleton East. 3 for Hortonville. Lyric Johnson at the line where she's 1 of 2 tonight. Now make it 2 of 3. Both of her points scored from the stripe. And got to credit Hortonville, Ricardo. They really weathered that big storm from the outset. Now we got a game. It's a 2-possession game, 6-point game.
Yeah, Brett, you completely read my mind there. I was just going to comment on that. And, this is a Hortonville team that has some really good senior players. Obviously, Cammie Pepler leads the way, Lyric Johnson. They have been through these wars just like Sammy Byer has, so I'm not surprised at all that it's a 5-point game now.
And these two teams know each other so well, right? I mean, they're used to playing against each other, not only here in the Fox Valley Association, but in the summer circuit. A lot of these teams, or these girls playing the AAU summer stuff, and their paths overlap. Maybe some of them might even be on the same AAU team. And we're going to get a travel. A bunch of turnovers now for the Patriots.
Well, Brett, I was just going to mention now the East went from 0 to 6 turnovers.
Quickly.
A relatively short period of time.
25-20 Appleton East with the lead here. And as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery Sportswear scoreboard, boy, just crazy talent on the floor here. 3 from the wing, short, tapped away, and another offensive possession for the Polar Bears. Second chance points here. Look at Pepler working hard. Little spin and little fadeaway. Ricardo getting the shooter's touch.
And now we're down to a 3-point game.
6 points for Cammie Pepler.
It's nearing the 6-minute mark here.
This reminds me of last night's game a little bit. That big 17-point lead for the Rockets.
Oh, no one's there to help La Chapelle. As a turnover, it is.
Wow, Rainey Wilson somehow corrals it and scored the bucket, and she's fouled. A chance, Ricardo, to tie this game.
Brett, right now, Hortonville's on a 17-3 run. They were down 22-7 at one point, 17-3 run by the Polar Bears.
Wow. Rainey Wilson, the freshman, already with 8 points, looking to make it 9, and this free throw, if she makes it, will tie the game. So quite the comeback here in this first half, and she gets it to fall. We are tied up at 25 apiece. What a battle.
18-3 run for those Polar Bears, Brett.
What, double team in the post, tough shot, no good. That was Josie Neubauer, but boy, there's a lot of defense around here. Pepler for the lead, nope. La Chapelle with the board. After that fast start, wonder if they're going to try to get La Chapelle going again. Neubauer left hand, no good, and here come the Polar Bears. Lyric Johnson on the run. It's really one-on-one right now against Hansford. Good defense by Hansford, loose ball. Oh boy, Cammie Pepler from the top, short. And another offensive rebound. That's Callie Pepler to Cammie. Good. Wow. 8 points for Cammie Pepler. The Polar Bears with their first lead of the night.
Right now, Hortonville's out rebounding East 12-7, Brett, with a lot of those coming on this 20-3 run.
Hansford, the lefty, rims out. Can't get it to fall. Here comes Callie Pepler flying down the floor. And they're going to get a travel. Wondering if Joe La Chapelle, I think it's just going to say, I wonder if he wants to talk things over. He's calling for a full timeout.
Good timeout, Brett, because right now, a 20-3 run here by Hortonville. At one point, this game was 22-7, Brett.
Folks, we got a great deal on a digital subscription to the Post-Press and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. The next 3 months, you can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. 3 months, $1. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. The e-edition, that's a digital replica of the print edition, is also included. Learn more details and sign up for a digital subscription at postcrescent.com/subscribe. Any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites, just go to your website and hit /subscribe. 3 months, $1. As for our next live stream, we will be doing a game or two next week, guys. Just haven't figured that out. Looking more like late next week, Thursday, Friday type stuff. And by the way, Ricardo, I'm sure you've seen it. Sunday, the WI had an email today. They're going to have their girls bracket selection show. We're going to find out how the brackets all computerized this year, right?
Not a big fan of having that right on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. Yeah, you're right.
You know that I don't make the decisions there.
What time? I didn't catch the time.
It was at 2 o'clock, but then they're going to release the brackets at 7 right in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Oh, jeez, come on.
Yeah, they gotta do a little better job with that.
Yeah, come on.
Little game called the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the biggest games of the season in the United States of America. By the way, I'm predicting a Rams rout.
Not me. I'm going Bengals, baby.
No way. That
the big upset.
That front is going to harass Joe Burrow all night long.
Foul on Hortonville. Only the 4th foul for Hortonville, Brett. 4:14 left here in the first half.
Is that on Michaela Werner, number 13, I think they said. Well, let's see if that timeout here kind of calmed things down for the Patriots. Ooh, Lowry, nope. Boy, the shots just aren't falling now this time, are they? They came out so hot. And Appleton East has had some good looks, just a little off target right now.
Talked about momentum right now. Hortonville has it. Now it's going to take a big shot or some sort of defensive play or two for East to get that back. I'm sure that's what they want to do with nearing the 4-minute mark here left in the first half.
You know, I was kind of watching Emily LaChapelle. She was looking at Celeste Radka as Radka was kind of calling something. Little kind of get some intel, right, to figure out what's going on. Foul against the Patriots. And that's going to go on Josie Neubauer, number 40. 18 fouls. That'll send Rainey Wilson to the line. 2-shot foul coming up for the freshman. Boy, she's been sensational as a freshman. There's nothing but true freshmen at the high school level.
Brett's got college on his mind.
Yeah, I do. Leading scorer as a freshman. By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention another sharpshooter, a young player in the FVA. How about Allie Zabel of Neenah? Congratulations. Already a 1,000-point scorer in her sophomore season. She did it in 42 games. One of the state's leading scorers. Maybe the leading scorer. Hansford can't get it to fall. And a foul now against the Polar Bears. That's 5 team fouls.
Byers checking back in, Brett, with 3:45 left in the first half. Again, she has 3 fouls.
Number 4, Byers in 4, Appleton East. Number 12, Warner in 4.
Boy, what a crowd here. Full house. It feels like a March game, doesn't it? It feels like a sectional final maybe or a semifinal.
No foul called on that as Lowry's drive to the basket. Unsuccessful.
Lyric Johnson, good defense, but rims out. Thought that was going to fall. LaChapelle quickly out to Byer. LaChapelle thought about it. Doesn't need much space either, working against Lyric Johnson. Nice bounce pass. Neubauer, that rims out. And a nice rebound by Maggie Werner. She's got a bunch already. Boy, look at Pepler, a little crossover. Can't get it to fall. Werner with another board, Ricardo.
They're winning the rebounding advantage are the Polar Bears. Oh, you got to hit this if you're Mokadlo.
Right now, Hortonville getting these loose balls.
Yeah, they are. Brett, 16 rebounds so far for Hortonville.
How many times are we going to see balls just kind of bouncing around the rim, not falling through? Some good opportunities for the Polar Bears to add a bucket, but just not falling as Sammy Byer. And that's going to stay with Appleton East. 2:39 to play here in a very entertaining first half.
This is a drought of epic proportions for East. They last led 22-7. They had a 3-pointer from Lowry, but that's all they've had, Brett. I want to say in 7+ minutes of play. It's been all Hortonville since then.
I thought La Chapelle was going to take it. She's still thinking about it. Good defense and a turnover, though.
Brett, it's a 22-3 run right now by Hortonville.
Ooh, and a bunch of turnovers are key in that. Another turnover, good hands by Hansford.
Yeah, I don't know if Pepler was really happy with that. She made a poor decision trying to whip that to the outside.
Good feed. Lowry to Neubauer.
Well, that stops the bleeding somewhat for Appleton East. Down by a bucket.
Neubauer's first points of the night. Beautiful pass from Logan Lowry. Callie Pepler. And that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, just what do you call that if you're the ref? The feet get mixed up a little bit inadvertently. You let it play out. 2 minutes left, Brett, here in the first half, down by 2. East has been doing a good job now of weathering their storm. Remember, initially it was Hortonville weathering that Appleton East onslaught. And now you feel pretty good if you're the Patriots and you're Coach La Chapelle, if you can get this either tied or take a lead here. Final minutes of the first half.
Oh, knocked away again. The freshman. Look at Rainey Wilson, left-hand scoop shot and in. She's had a big first half. She gets the turnover, the steal, and the bucket.
9 turnovers I have for Appleton East, Brett. That happened in a hurry.
I got Wilson now for 13 points. Boy, look at that defense. La Chapelle, there's like 2 or 3 girls around her. Well, left-handed Ricardo in the paint.
She works really hard for that bucket, Brett, I'll tell you that.
And a foul against the Patriots. That'll be number 9. And that's going to be on Neubauer. Josie Neubauer picks up her second. Callie Pepler at the line. I think this is a 2-shot foul coming. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was. I saw the 2 shots go up.
And Callie Pepler now with 5.
Number 42, Lowry, in for Appleton East.
Callie Pepler, NCD1 offers right now, Ricardo, from Eastern Illinois and Providence. Of course, Cammie going to UW-Milwaukee, but she also had an offer from North Dakota. And look at this.
That can't happen.
No, it can't.
Look at that, twice now.
Hansford. Wow, but there's Maggie Werner with the bucket. Second chance points.
Can't happen. You can't lose the rebound. You have 3 girls right there.
Look at this defense, though, Ricardo. La Chapelle thinking about it again. Trying to maneuver her way in the paint. Nope. Kick out to Rettler from 3, off target. And I'm thinking one final shot. Let's see. Every time I say that, here they go, right? Oh, wow, good hands. Who's that? Number 25 for the Patriots. That's Lindsey Gerard with the steal.
That was a theft. When you talk about stealing.
Cammie Pepler was thinking basket all the way.
She stole that, took it right out of her hands, BC.
And now with these final 18 seconds ticking down, you can see Emily La Chapelle looking to her father, Coach Joe La Chapelle. Now Rettler has it, setting up for this final shot, 10 seconds to go. Pepler, deep, intense defense. Now Hansford out to, whoa, good little high-low, but stolen by Lyric Johnson. Here we go. Is she going to get it off? She gets it to fall at the buzzer. That's a basket off the turnover. That's how the half ends. How about that, Ricardo?
I'm trying to add up here what the run was there at the end.
Boy, Appleton East just trying to work for that final shot. Johnson gets the turnover and it streaks down the floor and beats the buzzer with the layup. Well, it's halftime here at Hortonville High School, and a quick look at our Coonies embroidery and sportswear scoreboard shows the Polar Bears leading the Patriots 36-29. We'll talk more about tonight's game. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I know Ricardo wants to talk about the Big Fab 5 unveiling as well. We'll do all that after this short break.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I want to play a little game. The rules are simple. I trust that you are all wondering where you are. I can assure you that while your location is not important, what these walls offer for you is important. Redemption. If you earn it. You will have a chance to redeem yourself for the games you've played with others by playing one of mine. 60 minutes from now, the door to this gym will open. Unfortunately, you will only have 36 minutes to win. Those of you familiar with the Fabulous Five basketball team will know their devastating effects on the human body. You see, they have no fear. They don't feel pity. They don't have remorse. They will school you with their execution of excellence. But most of all, they don't like to lose. The only way to overcome them and walk out that door is to find a win. A task that many have tried, but few have succeeded. Taking into account that you're at a great disadvantage here, I'm going to give you 2 hints, so listen carefully. Several skills are hidden around this gym. One is inside the basketball in front of you. Another is in the shoes you choose. Be warned, the wrong pair could damage your game. You all possess the ability to dribble, shoot, and defend. Once you realize what you all have in common, you will gain a better understanding of why you're here. When you hear the buzzer, let the game begin.
Welcome back to Hortonville High School. Look at our Cooney's Embroidery Sportswear scoreboard shows the Polar Bears on top of the Patriots 36-29. A very entertaining first half of basketball between these two Division I powerhouses. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. And don't forget about USA Today Sports Plus. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus. Fan harder. Ricardo, some quick thoughts about that first half.
29-7, Brett. That was the run that Hortonville went on after they had trailed 22-7 at one point. Now they lead by 7. Again, 29-7 run. Brett, they out-rebounded East 19-7. It's turnovers. I mean, there was a point there where I think Hortonville had 7 turnovers and East didn't have any. East ended up with 10 turnovers. Hortonville ended up with 11. You kind of see how the defense for Hortonville kind of got things going for them and really kind of spearheaded that run. You know, Brett, and I was looking at 7 rebounds. The rebounding thing comes up big, too. Maggie Warner had 7 rebounds. You know, when you're winning, when you're getting second chance opportunities, we saw that happen quite a bit, even though Hortonville missed on one occasion, a few of them. That gives your offense more chances to get those points, Brett, and to me that's demoralizing. When you see, and look, East isn't a team that's outsized. They got some good tall girls. They got some size. They got some athleticism. For them to be trailing 19-7 on the offensive on the defensive or on rebounding in total, that should not happen. Should not happen.
I'm thinking those 3 fouls that Sammy Byer picked up in the first half, kind of their I don't know if I'd say the heart and soul of that team, but she is a competitor out there. She brings a lot of juice, a lot of energy. She's so good with the ball in her hands, Ricardo for Appleton East, and then defensively she can cause problems, get some turnovers. So when she had to sit down and pick with those 3 fouls, that's a big blow for an Appleton East team that, as you said, was up 22-7 at one point, 15-point lead, but seemed to kind of just stall things a little bit, right, offensively, I guess, when you don't have one of your second leading scorer on the floor. Now she's going to start the second half with those 3 fouls.
I thought you did a good job, though, Brett, of playing minutes in that first half and not getting that 4th foul.
But can't be maybe as aggressive as she'd like to be. But conversely, we've seen this already this season for that Hortonville defense. They dialed it up after being down 15 points, and they got in their face. It was more intense. I thought Appleton East started out with more intensity, a little bit more juice, a little bit more energy, and there was a timeout that Coach Radka took. Next thing you know, the Polar Bears matched it, maybe even surpassed that intensity, and now you see that big run, as you said, and the 7-point lead for the Polar Bears.
Brett, real quick, if I can talk about the Fab Five of the boys team, got released today. Thank Jim Rosandick for putting those together. The Fab Five boys team. I can let out who's on the team now, right? So Kaukaunen's Chris Morgan, Denmark's Donovan Short, Jackson Pawelewski from Kimberly. Brett, you saw him have a big game.
He only scored 46.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I drawing a blank here on the other kids?
There's an Ashwaubenon kid.
Oh yes, of course, Marcus Tomaszek as well on that team. I'm missing the 5th kid though, and it's burning me up.
We said Morgan, Pawelewski, Short, Tomaszek, and Max Nelson.
Max Nelson. How can I forget Maximus Nelson?
Come on.
Big kid. One of the more talented players that we've seen. But, Brett, we also have the Fab Five girls team on there as well. If you want to check out postcrescent.com, go to Varsity, Sports tab, go into Varsity. You should see those videos there as well. Abby Alsma from Waupun. We have great players and great teams up and down the valley here, Brett, all the way up to Green Bay, all the way out to Waupun. We also have, we talked about it before, Cammie Pepler from Hortonville, Emily LaChapelle of Appleton East, Jordan is it Melmans?
I think it's Melmans.
Melmans from De Pere, and then Leah Lemke of Wrightstown. That's the Fab Five girls basketball team, BC.
That is a good 5 on both sides. And by the way, I want to congratulate Jackson Pawelewski last night. I don't know if you're aware of this. In scoring his 46 points, he became the all-time Kimberly scorer, boys and girls. Maddie Schreiber held it, and Jackson Pawelewski has now surpassed that. Of course, Maddie Schreiber, a true freshman at UW Green Bay. So Maddie, she didn't even get to have that record for a year. And now Jackson just stole it right back.
Get a chance to enjoy it and show off to our college friends, and it's already been busted by Pawelewski.
But he was special last night. So was Chevalier Emery Jr. Emery Jr. had the big bucket.
What about my guy, Piter?
J.J. Piter, so I wouldn't be surprised if those two teams don't play each other as well.
Hey, don't be surprised if these two teams don't play each other a third time. The way the brackets are set up right now, again, we'll find that out on Sunday, what the seeds are, and we already know kind of where they're placed, and we know already that Hortonville and East and Neenah, they're all playing in the same sectional, Brett, along with, I believe, De Pere. I'm not sure, though, on that. All I know is that Kaukauna is the only FEA team, or I would say one of the top FEA teams that's not in that sectional.
De Pere, Ricardo, I believe, plays in the South, so like I know on the boys' side, they might end up playing Menominee Falls. I was disappointed. I was hoping we could get a De Pere boys maybe overlap here in Northeast Wisconsin, but they're going to be playing in a different sectional. Hey, let me run down the first half scoring. Both teams on the floor under a minute to go before we start the second half. For the Polar Bears, Welson with 13 to lead the way for Hortonville. Maggie Werner with 2, Johnson with 5, McCodla with 3, Callie Pepler with 5, and Cammie Pepler with 8. For the Patriots, Hansford with 2, LaChapelle with a game-high 16, Josie Neubauer with 2, and Lowry with 9. Well, what do you think the coaches talked about at half?
Well, if I'm Appleton East, I'm like, how do we get that mojo back, get that swag back? Because they had it in buckets in the first 5-6 minutes.
Take care of the ball.
Yeah, but taking care of the ball is
and rebounding.
I would think is what paramount for Appleton East. And you know what? The same thing kind of happened to Hortonville. They're a little loose with the ball. Then they cleaned things up and started to force turnovers on the defensive end. And that really spearheaded, again, that 29-7 run to end the first half. I mean, phenomenal play by the Polar Bears, I should say.
I think if you're Celeste Radka, you're saying same thing, right? We're going to be in their face defensively. We're going to force turnovers, and we're going to continue to box out and get those rebounds, and we are going to be in attack mode. In this player right now, Cami Pepler, always in attack mode as Hortonville starts the second half with the basketball. Lyric Johnson's played well, particularly on the defensive end, but there's Pepler.
And Byer has to be careful, Brett. She has 3 fouls. That's going to affect her defensive play.
Right, and she's going against Cami Pepler. That's tough. And there's no. Oh, okay.
Traveling. Oh, you thought that.
I thought maybe there's a reach in. I wasn't sure, but they got Pepler with steps. And I'm guessing Joe LaChapelle's heart sunk there just a little bit as well. But a turnover is Byer now with the basketball when those 3 fouls going against Callie Pepler. Look at Byer. She just kind of gets through the defense. Nope, rebound. Pepler. Callie to Cami. Over to Lyric Johnson. Ooh, tough shot off the glass. Using the backboard, Ricardo. That's Callie Pepler. She's got 7.
She kind of threw that up there, Brett. I think I found that kind of a strange shot, but it went in. That's all that matters.
Use the backboard, right? You don't always have to swish it. Oh, nice pass. LaChapelle wide open. Is that from Lowry?
I believe it was.
So LaChapelle now with 18 points. 38-31 the score. And Wilson with another bucket. And she's got 15.
LaChapelle thought about taking that 3. She's guarded right now by Lyric Johnson. Byer.
Oh, good defense. She's going to have to get it out. Almost the back door along the baseline, but it'll stay with the paper makers.
Dangerous pass inside, Brett. I know that she has optimum faith in Emily LaChapelle. There's just too many hands there in the way, Brett.
Tough. Oh, nice finish with the little contact. Nice little inbounds plays for LaChapelle, and she's quickly got 4 points this half and 20 on the night. Boy, Wilson now got it. Another offensive rebound, Ricardo.
Yeah, that rebound went right to Wilson. Nice open jumper for her. And, more often than not, she's going to drain that, Brett.
Hortonville's lone loss on the season, Notre Dame. That was back on December 21st, 67-64 setback to the Tritons.
We know how good Notre Dame is, Brett. Saw them take apart Kimberly, I believe.
Yeah.
Notre Dame also defeated Waupun.
Top team in D2, right? Defending state champs. And Appleton East beat Notre Dame, though, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
LaChapelle off target on that one.
That's how close all these talented teams are, Brett, in terms of the roster.
Appleton East losing to Hortonville earlier this season, also lost to a Minnesota team that's ranked number 1 in the state in their largest class. That was Hopkins. Trinity McCodlow getting some space, short on that, and they're going to get a foul on Rainey Wilson.
Yeah, that was a good rebound by LaChapelle.
Hopkins, Minnesota. That was part of the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic in Minnetonka, Minnesota, back on December 3rd. Patriots fell to the Royals, 91-79. East also fell to Neenah, 92-74. That was back on January 14th.
Oh, yes, I remember
Ali
that.
Zabel, the Rockets, 37 points. LaChapelle had a big night, 29 points in that one, and Byer had 27. Both teams, a little fadeaway by Byer. And, offensive rebound. Whoa, high up. That was on top of the backboard. I think that's going to go against Lowry.
Brett, I have Warner now with 9 rebounds.
By the way, congrats to Emily LaChapelle. Ricardo became the City of Appleton's all-time leading scorer, boys or girls, surpassing the Polar Bear, right? How fitting is that? Brian Butch, former Appleton West standout, University of Wisconsin Badger. A nice finish by Lyric Johnson.
11-point lead, now the biggest for Hortonville. Brett, I think he's got to find something to break out of this
I
funk.
feel like it's now or never. Is LaChapelle off target, and another rebound. Good box out by Werner.
10th rebound for Warner, Brett.
Boy, she just textbook on how she just boxes out. Nobody's going to get around her. Just really well done on the boards. Rainey Wilson Boy, contact. They let it go, and the Patriots get the turnover. Fans in front of me didn't like that. LaChapelle kind of dribbling her way. Good. Nice job. A triple, and Joe LaChapelle wants to talk things over again. LaChapelle now with 23 points.
Yeah, 8-point deficit now for East.
Like
maybe that three-pointer is a little bit of a momentum shifter for East. They need something. They needed a couple defensive plays to start a little run here, 6-7 point run. Because I feel right now, Brett, Hortonville, they're not giving up that momentum easy. It's going to take a lot.
LaChapelle, Ricardo also had offers from Belmont, Green Bay, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa State, Kansas State, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Utah, Wisconsin, and Xavier. She's going to go to Marquette, of course. Hansford, the Oregon State recruit, offers from Cleveland State, Colorado, Dayton, Florida International, Green Bay, Illinois, Kansas State, Marquette, Pennsylvania, Providence, Richmond, St. Louis, St. Thomas, and Utah. Nice to have options, huh?
Yes.
You know what? I had one offer from UW-Stevens Point.
It wasn't an offer. You just went there.
I just went there, yeah. But it kind of felt good to say that.
Oh, that could have been a turnover for Hortonville.
Lyric Johnson on the spot there. Ooh, scoop. Wow, gets it to fall. Just kind of working a little scoop shot. Lyric Johnson now with 9 and a 10-point lead.
See, everything is just going to be tough for East. You know, you don't see Hortonville. I don't see them having too many empty possessions, I guess is what I want to say. Their rebounding is way too good, so you're really going to have to be efficient on the offensive end. It's Neubauer. And that's a foul on Lowry.
Yep, that's her third. So LaChapelle, Ricardo, with 23 of Appleton East, 36 points. So who's going to step up and help her, right? She's going to need, somebody's going to have to step up. And look at this. Speaking of stepping up, there's Michaela Werner. Different players. Already 4 different players have scored this half for the Polar Bears, and that's what we've said in other streams that we've seen from them. They can hurt you everywhere. All these players can come and knock down shots, whether you're starting 5 or off the bench. Really tough just to focus on one player to stop. LaChapelle takes, knocked away. Lyric Johnson off of LaChapelle.
Yeah, it's the first turnover for Appleton East, Brett, but yeah, East is going to have some of the other players. I mean, Beyer has the fouls. Hansford needs to step up here. They need her offensively.
.12 lead for the Polar Bears. Remember, Polar Bears were down by as many as 15 points in the first half. Cami Pepler out. There's Werner short on that. That was Michaela Werner. And the Patriots get it back.
12-point lead with 12:32 left here in the second half for the Polar Bears, Brett.
Polar Bears D1 this year. Kind of a recent string of state tournament appearances as well. They've been no stranger to state and getting to the Resch. Hansford with the miss and loose ball. What are we going to have here? Still fighting. It went out of bounds, and it's going to go to Hortonville. Polar Bears, yeah. State bids in 17, 18, 19, and 20. Of course, that 2020 tournament was canceled due to the pandemic.
And that was one of their best teams, too.
Yeah, Appleton East last tournament, state tournament appearance came back in 1998. I was just 3 years old back then. I'm kidding.
I know.
Knocked out of bounds. Hortonville will keep it.
Radka given some offensive, I should say some offensive suggestions. I saw her talking to Rainey Wilson. Wilson isn't, I mean, she's a freshman technically. She ain't a freshman anymore.
No, a lot of game experience. You know, guys, just thinking about Varsity Roundtable, we had Lyric Johnson and Cami Pepler on earlier this year. We asked about, or somebody asked about Celeste Radka, if she could still maybe shoot with these kids. And they said yes. maybe outshoot him, right? Radke was a sensational player. Look at Lyric Johnson working. And another basket, 6 points this half, 11 on the night, and a 14-point edge for the Polar Bears.
She's up in her game, Brad. Lyric Johnson's always been an outstanding defender, but she's coming through on the offensive end now.
Three-pointer for Rettler. Big bucket there. Claire Rettler with the triple. Her first points of the night, and a much-needed hoop.
Brad, she had a big game shooting the ball, I believe, against them the first time. So maybe she's the one to kind of help out a little bit. Look at that.
Maggie Werner, bucket inside.
Everything's just flowing right now for Hortonville, Brett. They're winning the rebounding. They're leading on the turnovers in terms of takeaways. And that's going to be off the hands of, they're going to say, of Warner. But they're doing everything well, Brett. Other than that first few minutes where they kind of got down 22-7, they've been exemplary since.
What I've been impressed with this half, Ricardo, they're getting a lot of buckets inside. A team that really can shoot it from outside. They're kind of imposing their will now in the paint.
Tell you what, they're going to be hard out in the tournament. I know they're number 1 ranked and everything, but boy, it's hard to imagine a team that can keep up with them. You know, obviously Notre Dame did, and that's the kind of team that, you know, that's going to be able to match with them with a lot of athleticism that plays deep. We know Notre Dame plays outstanding defense.
And Notre Dame really loads up its non-conference schedule too. They played a number of FBA teams, played Waupun, you know, so.
Well, and Hortonville won't have to worry about them because they're in D2.
Yeah, that's right. The Tritons, we saw them against Kimberly. They look every bit the state champion, the defending Division II state champs. Oh, wide open. Callie Pepler, no good, but another rebound, Werner. And another second chance opportunity for the Polar Bears. Boy, that's, if you're a Patriots fan, like you said, I think you used the word demoralizing, and look at that. They capitalize as Cammie Pepler now her first basket of the half. She's got 10.
She does a good job with that little floater. About 5 feet outside the basket, Brett.
Lowry thinking about it. Nope, she's going to attack. Kick out. There's Rettler. She just hit one earlier. Strong, and Lyric Johnson now has it. Boy, right down the floor. Kind of an acrobatic shot. High off the glass. Werner, no good, but another rebound. Kick out to Wilson from the corner. Good. Ricardo, how many second chance opportunities tonight?
All I'm saying is that Warner, she has 13 rebounds. And that puts so much pressure on East to answer, Brett. Rush shots. And again, you see a rebound by Callie Pepler.
East is frustrated right now.
Yes, they
you can
are.
see it in the body language. Wilson now with 20 points. Pepler.
And how did Byer not get a 4th foul there? But she was able to escape. She still has 3, 9:14 left here in the second half. Boy, they need a run here. I mean, this is getting to be kind of panic time.
Easier said than done against this defense, though. I mean, they are just locked tight. La Chapelle now off target. Right rebound comes to Cammie Pepler. She wants to run. A little crossover by Callie Pepler off the glass, and it's good. And it's a 20-point lead.
Athlete's foul number 11, Rettler.
And Appleton East, a full timeout coming for Joe La Chapelle. What do you say, down 20?
It just kind of happened, too. You know, again, at the half, Brett, it was 36-29. But they've gone cold in the shooting. They've had a few, I know they had one turnover that was really nothing that was because of Hortonville's defense. It was just a mental mistake. And this is tough, Brett, because right now time is your enemy. 8:52 left. You're going to need the run of runs to get this back to within a 2-point or 2-possession game.
Again, looking at the Fox Valley Association standings, Hortonville 16-0, Appleton East 14-2. So a Polar Bears victory clinches an outright FBA championship. Boy, you can complete an 18-0 season in this league with this type of talent when you got also Nina, Kimberly, and a very good Kaukauna team. Now you're doing something. So
they did it a couple years ago as well. They were 25-0, I believe, in going into that state tournament, which they never got to play. We'll never know that great team. It had Cammie Pepler and the big girl. I can't remember her name. She's
McGlone.
Macy McGlone.
Yeah. Again, folks, 3 months for $1. That's our digital subscription deal to the Post Crescent, all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Believe it or not, Ricardo, that $1 actually helps with our Varsity Game of the Week live stream.
It
so
does.
Please support this and all of the fine local journalism that's being produced by our colleagues. So
again, if I always say, Brett, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
just be a supporter of us in general, right? 3 months for $1. You can't go wrong. So 5 second-half points for Callie Pepler. She's got 10 and a 21-point lead for the Patriots, or the Polar Bears, excuse me. Think about it, Ricardo. A 21-point lead when they were down 15. That's a 36-point swing.
There's a turnover by East. Not what they wanted on that possession, Brett.
A 36-point swing. Think about that.
They're going to call that a tie-up. Golf ball's going to be Appleton East. Near the 8:15 mark now in the second half.
Watch out. It's going to be 5. Almost. Oh.
That was right on the 5th second there, Brett.
Were you counting?
Whew. I'm telling you, I mean, this is the kind of problems they had in the first meeting, Brett. There needs to be more movement. Need to work harder to get open.
Easier said than done, though, because I honestly, it feels like there's 6-7 players on the floor defensively right now. They're all over the place. And they're fighting through these screens, you know, so there's just very little open right now for Appleton East. Look at this defense by Wilson, almost a turnover. Instead, it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, Wilson's kind of smiling a little bit. She's being called for the foul.
That's her third. 3 team fouls for Hortonville, 3 also for Appleton East. Now or never for the Patriots, though, down 21 as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Again, not sure what we're going to be doing next week as far as matchups, game of the week. But, again, guys, looking Thursday, Friday, we'll see what's out there. Talking to Mike Sherry, who helped out with the live stream last night, and got some ideas maybe. And then playoffs. We will be streaming boys and girls regionals and sectionals. Can't wait for that. That's going to be some great matchups coming down the line, and a big three-pointer there for Lowry. That's her 4th three-pointer of the night. Oh, nice little hesitation. Boy, they're making everything. That's Michaela Werner.
Yeah, it's just their night. I mean, boy, oh boy, you don't see many chinks in the armor, Brett.
No. Again, 6 players have scored this half, and 7 players have scored overall. And as I said earlier, they're too many. They're too deep. I mean, that's the thing. There's so many players that can score. Almost a steal. There's La Chapelle. Jumper. Can't get it to fall. La Chapelle with 23 of Appleton East, 42 points. Look at that. Callie Pepler with a triple.
Yeah, I mean, really, I wouldn't even say that was bad defense from East. It's just that they move the ball around so well, Brett. They know where to find the open shooter. They're a tough team. I mean, I'm being honest. I'm thinking of like some of the other top teams in Division I. It's hard to imagine someone matching up with Hortonville.
It is, isn't it? Give Appleton East a fighter's chance, though, a puncher's chance. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they play again.
Yes.
And it's always tough to beat a team 3 times, as they always say.
They are. That, to me, I think they are the second best team in Division I. It's just right now you're seeing Hortonville. That is just a team rolling on all cylinders. They are just tremendous.
Hortonville has outscored Appleton East by 38 points since the Patriots were up, 22-7 in the first half? 38-point difference. Again, these two teams played earlier, of course. Hortonville winning that one. That was January 6th, 81-66. As I said, Pepler had a big night, 32 points. Lyric Johnson had 15 points and 4 rebounds. Michaela Werner, 12 points and 12 boards. Sammy Byer had 19 for the Patriots. Josie Neubauer had 18 points for Appleton East in that one. It's just the problem right now for Appleton East, Ricardo, in this one. As I said it before, La Chapelle has got, 23 points, but nobody else has really gotten going.
And obviously the foul trouble with Sammy Byer really hurts. She kind of conducts the engine here, Brett.
Yep. And then the turnovers and rebounding have just been controlled by Hortonville. As La Chapelle blocked. Nope, she's going to be fouled instead.
5:50 left here in the second half. Yeah, they needed 2 other players to step up offensively. They haven't gotten that tonight. La Chapelle's kind of shouldering the load here.
La Chapelle now 3 of 5 from the line tonight. I'll announce our next game soon, what we're going to be doing next week on Twitter. If you are a Twitter user, please give me a follow at PCBrettCL.
Don't follow me.
No, don't. When are you going to announce your new account? Are you still holding out hope?
I always hold out hope, my friend. Brett, who scored for Hortonville?
I did not see that. I think that might have been Wilson.
.533 left in the second half. Now a 23-point lead for Hortonville. Tremendous showing by the number 1 ranked Polar Bears. Brett, I don't know if you noticed on the Associated Press, I'm one of the voters who gave Notre Dame a first place vote.
There you go.
Tie up there, and the ball will go over to Hortonville.
I think that was actually Cammie Pepler had the basket on that last possession.
This video board is something else, isn't it?
It's the best. It really is special. I
just wish I could see it a little better. Yeah,
it's not small. It's really large. I mean, it's impressive. Look at that. There's our guy, Sam England, the athletic director, going out there. The role of an athletic director, Ricardo. Oh, he's wiping off some moisture from the floor, and he's back out there again. Never stops.
You know what's funny about this, Brett? You know that nice board that they have there, Hortonville, that's better than what the Rec Center had just a couple years ago. Remember they had like that old Super Nintendo kind of looking thing? Technology, my friend.
Well,
Rosie, that's got to impress you.
Video boards now starting to become commonplace at the high school level, along with these big indoor facilities.
And then there's some communities that can't even get a referendum passed. I won't say names.
Easy. By the way, Sam England, I forget how many years he's been here now as the athletic director. Rainey Wilson, but a standout wrestler at Neenah High School back in the day. State champ, I believe.
Very true.
Dad Steve England was big in that football and wrestling program. Brother Ben, the head coach at Kimberly, the wrestling coach. I believe he still is.
His father was also the head coach at Oshkosh North, I believe.
Steve, yeah, he was a good guy.
Great guy.
Yep.
Very intense.
He was, yeah. I remember him on the sidelines.
Great beard.
Those Neenah football games, yeah. Good guy. Look at that. Lowry with her 5th three-pointer of the night, so she's got 15 points. And I guess Logan now with 5 3-pointers, one of those other players that has stepped up in a scoring capacity. And look at that, though.
She's so fast off the dribble.
Yeah.
She's a sophomore, but that first step of hers really puts pressure on a defender, Brett.
It's just, again, Hortonville can hurt you in so many ways. Good feed to La Chapelle. Can't get it to fall.
You saw Emily react a little bit like, come on. Give me something here.
Lyric Johnson picks up her third, so La Chapelle to the line. But again, so many different players. You just saw that they can not only different players, but they can hurt you at all levels on the floor. And what they can do defensively, what they can do rebounding, and how they can just attack you in so many different ways offensively makes them. Well, it's no wonder why they're the top-ranked team in Division I right now, and looking like a team that could hoist that gold ball come March.
Tell you what, if this win stays at this point level, that's going to impress a lot of the voters, Brett, in the AP poll next Monday.
Pepler again using the left hand off the glass. My goodness.
Because again, this East is a number 2 ranked team. Byer rolls in for her.
Her first bucket of the night. Again, got those 3 early fouls. Cammie Pepler out to Rainey Wilson. Nope. And here comes La Chapelle. Out to Byer. But, Ricardo, again, talking about that big drought offensively. But that was really spearheaded by a Hortonville defense that is just really lights out. They lock you down. And look at this little dribble fake, and Cammie Pepler couldn't knock it down.
Yeah, the crowd wanted that to fall, Brett.
Neubauer, scoop. Oh, she's fouled.
Warner foul number 13, Warner. Second personal 17.
Looking at Josie Neubauer now with 3 points after that free throw. 21-point lead for the Polar Bears, top-ranked team in Division I, looking to sew up the outright FVA championship tonight. And then kind of get ready for the brackets.
Again, this is no easy feat. They're going to go, they're going to win the title here and finish, I'm guessing, undefeated. We don't know what's going to happen next week, Brett, but that is unbelievable in a league this good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the best league in the state. If you're looking just by pure teams that are ranked in the top 10 or considered or getting votes, I mean, Neenah, East, Hortonville,
Kaukauna, were they getting some votes too?
Kaukauna was there for a little bit, but then you remember Kimberly was the sectional semifinal or sectional final finalist last year.
Yeah, Hortonville plays Appleton North next Thursday, and the Lightning struggling right now, so you presume that's a victory for the Polar Bears. So, yeah, a chance to finish 18-0 does not happen very much. Lyric Johnson, she's fouled, and I think she's got 3 free throws coming up.
Tremendous performance by Hortonville, Brett. They continue to impress me. Every game that I see them, they seem to be getting a little better.
I'm not sure what impresses me the most about this team because there's a lot. I guess it's defense mainly, just the way they can get in your face and just really. That's what turned the tide, I thought, for me, and I think you agree that during that big run in the first half, just causing so many turnovers and really just stalling that Appleton East offense. They just said nothing came easy after that big start by the Patriots. And then, of course, defense and what they can do leads to offense. 14 points for Johnson.
I mean, 23-point lead. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We did not see that coming.
No.
That's just – and East is a good team. It's just right now Hortonville is playing at an obscene level as
East
we see La Chapelle.
East is very good, but
this is as good as I've seen a team play, Brad. We saw those Appleton North teams, and Pepler was trying to do a little too much of the fancy footwork, Brett, and they got her on the travel. But, we saw Appleton North win back-to-back titles. I thought that was one of the best teams defensively anyway. I mean, they really took it to some of the teams they played in the state tournament, Brett, and I see Hortonville as a team similar to that team.
just looking at the scorers book here, La Chapelle, Ricardo with 30 points. Hansford gets that one to fall. And Hansford with 4. Look at Pepler, Callie Pepler.
She's going to be a fantastic player. Right now, she's, the third or fourth option on this team, and what a third or fourth option,
oh my
right?
Goodness, yeah, that's.
I mean, you put her on another team, and she's probably leading one of these other FVA teams in scoring.
Wilson picks up her 4th. That's the 8th team foul. So Hansford to the line. Got Callie 2, 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14 this half, and 19 on the night. Hansford shooting 1-on-1 makes the first.
Hansford at the line.
And good on both. So Hansford with 4 points this half, 6 on the night. Final minute and 45, and what's been a very impressive victory for a Polar Bears team that, again, was down by 15 in the first half. If you would have told me at that point that Hortonville then would be up by, what,
19 points.
19 points and have as much as, I forget it, was it over 20-point lead as Rettler hits the triple, I would have said you're crazy. The way this game started.
We talked about, and that's a nice shot attempt there at Hansford with the rebound. You look at even McCodlow and is it Michaela Warner, the bench players? Those two girls could start for just about every other FVA team.
Yeah, Michaela Werner, just a sophomore too. Trinity McCodlow, a junior, so the kid's coming back. LaChapelle at the line. She's got 30 on. I got her for 30. The scoreboard here says 29, so I'm going with my book. Well, check that now with 30 and 31. So the scoreboard was right. I stand corrected, Hortonville fans.
Oh, my. Brett, you're actually admitting that you're wrong? I don't believe it.
I always admit when I'm wrong.
You do?
Which is like once a year. Oops, 7. Oh, I got the score. Now I got the scoreboard wrong here. Let me fix
78-64, Brett.
Got it.
You thought you were wrong one time, but you were mistaken.
Humility. Oh, Callie Pepler. Ooh. Under a minute to play. And, here we go. Steal. And the finish by Maggie Werner.
Strong night for Maggie Warner.
6 points, but a bunch of rebounds.
Yes. I have 12 rebounds for her, Brett.
Hansford. And you can see Coach Ratka saying, "Slow down." I don't think Cammie wants to slow down.
They only know one speed.
No, they're
Brett.
still going. Final 10 seconds. Here we go. Just need to finish this one up as Byer. Little scoop shot, no good, and there is
That's
the
it.
horn.
Wow.
And that is your undisputed Fox Valley Association champion, Hortonville Polar Bears, Ricardo. 80-64.
And look at the reaction of the players. I mean, Hortonville, they know there's more work to be done. While the championship is nice, Brett, they know there's bigger fish to fry. What other metaphors can I use, Brett? They're looking at a gold ball. That's what they want at the Resch Center, let's be honest. And while getting the championship is nice, they want to be able to put some hardware in the trophy case. That's what I think about Hortonville, Brett. They're the #1 team in the state, no doubt about it. They're playing better than anyone we've seen so far, other than maybe Notre Dame. Appleton East, on the other hand, okay, so you've lost twice. Now what do you got to do? Refocus, focus on the postseason. You have the roster to do it, to get to the Resch. We talked about, Brett, you mentioned it before, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. What if these teams meet a third time? Are we going to see that upset? We've seen it happen before.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so that's how talented this conference is. But right now, they got to lick their wounds. They got to check out the tape, see what you did wrong, come back this next week, because that postseason is just around the corner, Brett.
It isn't too far away. That's without a doubt. But what an impressive victory for the Hortonville Polar Bears. Now the top-ranked team, still the top-ranked team, and now the sole possessor of the Fox Valley Association Championship.
Well, BC, I'm going to head down there and talk to Coach Radka, a couple of the players, and we will we'll find out what we're doing next week.
Yeah,
okay.
Still looking at the schedule for next week, but looking at something later in the week.
Yeah, we got to get me off here. There's this kid out here. He's mean mugging me.
Oh, boy. Don't get him on camera, Rosie. No switching.
He's mean mugging me. But, hey, great job, guys. Rosie, Brett, I'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good. I'm just going to add up these totals one more time, making sure before we close shop for the night. Seems like I'm missing a point here somewhere, Rosie, but hey, it's an unofficial book. So let me run down the scoring first for the Polar Bears. I have Wilson for 21. Check that, 22. There's my missing point. She had 22 on the night. So 22 points for Rainey Wilson. Maggie Werner with 6. Michaela Werner with 4. Johnson with 14. McCodla with 3. Callie Pepler with 19. And Cammie Pepler with 12. Again, that's the victorious Hortonville Polar Bears. For the Patriots, Hansford with 6. Byer with 2. Rettler with 6. LaChapelle, 31 points. Josie Neubauer with 4. And Logan Lowry, 15 points, coming on 5 triples. With the victory, Hortonville improves to 21-1 on the season. 17-0 now in the Fox Valley Association. The top-ranked Polar Bears, again, they're the champs in the FVA. They have it to themselves. For the second-ranked Patriots, they fall to 19-4 on the season, 14-3 in FVA play. Up next for Hortonville, they're at Appleton North on Thursday. Fox Valley Association regular season finale. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. As for Appleton East, home against Kimberly, another tough one for the Patriots. That's next Thursday as well in a Fox Valley Association regular season finale. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Again, as for us, to be determined, I'll announce our next game soon on my Twitter account at PCBrettsD, so please give me a follow. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And again, thank you to our sponsors, our sponsor, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS0922 at SBCglobal.net. So, Rosie, that concludes a very busy week for us. We had 3 Game of the Week live streams Tuesday, last night, and tonight also Varsity Roundtable. I got to stop pushing us, right? We need a breather. At least we're going to enjoy the weekend coming up, and we'll start dialing up. We don't have very much longer to go here in the season, about a month maybe tops. And then the streaming season, at least from our Game of the Week standpoint, will be all done. But we got a lot of good games still to come, and there are going to be some great playoff matchups. But we'll enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, right? Kick back, have a fish fry, and just sort of relax here a little bit before we ramp up again here in the weeks to come. So it should be fun. So for Rosie, for Ricardo and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Hortonville High School. Once again, the final score tonight. Top-ranked Hortonville 80, second-ranked Appleton East 64. Thanks for watching, everybody.